Hello and welcome to the third and final of these little figure review thingy-bobs. I really should get a better name for this. The showcase, that's it. Figure showcase. That's the word. That's the word I was thinking of. Yep, this last one. This is the Revelation of the Daleks set. This is History of the Daleks set number 14. Yeah, just look. This is it. There's really even less. I can't. As we've gone through these, there's less and less to talk about. Really, because these are both the exact same Dalek, apart from the fact on this one, there's a bit of a scratch. Oh, actually, before I continue, I should, of course, show the blurb of the box, like what was mentioned, like I've shown in the last videos. It, again, like the 5.1, it just gives you a good synopsis of the story. It seems to be longer, though, and it has a behind the scenes about the building of the props of the Daleks themselves. So yeah, there's no like interior card or anything. I always like those with the other Dalek sets, had like a corridor or something. Quite always, and they're always full of Easter eggs and little secrets. And slightly these they aren't in this one today because of well, they use a different packaging process, which is a bit more environmentally friendly, uses a bit less plastic. But of course, the downside of this is, of course, you have the plastic stuck to the back. So when you take the plastic off to get the figures out, it ruins the background. So they kind of not bothered to give one. You have this kind of quite nice kind of vortex effect, which is it, but again is ruined because of course the cardboard's outside. But never mind. We're here for the figures, not for the box. So they are two identical Necros. Like sadly, this one has got a scratch. I don't think this was in the box because the friend who graciously went out and got this for me did to make sure he checked to make sure none of them like were wonky, had wonky plungers or anything like that. Even though plungers are slightly wonky, that one has a slightly wonky plunger. It's less of a problem now because when they used to use a while ago, would say the worst ones I had were for the Big Finish Dalek Doctor 2 packs did a couple of years ago. The worst thing was because they had a little kind of elastic banding that held the plunger in place, and that would bend the plunger. But with these ones, there's nothing really holding them in; they just sit in the plastic bubble. So there's a bit less chance of getting that nowadays, which is another good kind of a bonus. But I have this massive scratch mark. Either that was on the side, unless it was like this, and we couldn't see it, or I dropped it out of the box when I took it out because I'm an idiot. But yeah, there's a chance it was like this, and you just couldn't have known. But yeah, we won't look at that one. We'll look at this one because, like I said, they are identical. They are completely identical. So this is, of course, yeah, like I said, the Necros Imperial Daleks is the Daleks that Davros build out of clinically ill people. Who are cryogenically frozen, blah blah blah. Go watch Revelation of the Daleks. It's a good story. It's damn good. It features one of these Daleks being blown up by a translucent little scorpion machine pistol, which is I think quite a staggering feat. And it also has the late great Clive something who was in of course he's Mr. Copperfield or whatever his name is in Voyage of the Damned, and was also in Keeping Up Appearances as Richard Bouquet. What's his name? Is it Clive Dunn? I think that's his name, Clive Dunn. And he's in this and with a wig, and it's funny. Because he's the opposite of what he is in Keeping Up Appearances. No, I'm stop talking about obscure 90s sitcoms and talk about the Daleks. So it's just your average kind of 80s. It has got the same little neck bit as the Five Doctors Dalek had here. It's got the same little base thing here, as you can see. Which is nice to give it a kind of unique look to Daleks, to other ones. Of course, it's mainly in this kind of ivory white kind of colour with, of course, the gold. The closest thing I have to compare it to is a recent Imperial Dalek from Remembrance that they made about a couple of years ago when they had it was this and Ace, and they also had one of the 12th Doctor and Davros. This wasn't History of the Daleks, this was just a random Dalek they just had for the hell of it. So you can kind of see, again, you can see the height difference between the two, and you can now see the slightly different use of gold. I think this one, you can't really see it in this light, but they are slightly different. Ever so slightly different styles of gold, but mostly the same base Dalek, like in terms of colour. Of course, the main difference is of course the head. It's got the more 70s style Mini Cooper lights, but these are a lot smaller and have these little black rings on the base, and the eye stalk, which I think is shorter than your average Dalek eye stalk. Here's a Genesis one for comparison. No, I think they're about the same. Like, it's just the eye rings are different. There's now 4 of them and they're a bit spaced out, and it looks quite nice. Because you get two identical, I assume soon in the next wave, which will probably be around Christmas, we get two of the Renegade ones, which I really hope so because I do love the Revelation Renegades. I think they're really cool looking. So I do kind of hope we get that. And also you have on the midsection now this new oval piece, which looks a bit. None of the other ones kind of look. It looks a little bit different. I think it's also slightly wider than previous ovals they've had on other Daleks. I haven't got one nearby to compare to at the moment, but it's slightly different. And of course we've got the gold plunger and the gold gun stick again with the white things. Oh, and with the Remembrance one, look, the ball joints in here are gold. One, these ones they're white. Same with the Five Doctors Dalek. It's the same color as the midsection, which is again quite a weirdly unique thing. I don't know. And you got the gold grill as well on the mesh. Is that different? I don't think anything else is different. Maybe this entire midsection is different because of this piece, and this midsection is different. But they're quite cool. I like them. They're really nice. I'm not a massive fan of the white and gold, but this now means I have a Dalek from every single Dalek story, or definitely classic at most. I have one from every single classic Dalek story now, which is cool. That's something I can tick off my list of achievements. It's quite a small list. But yeah, it's I'm really happy with these. So that's it really for these. You won't see another one of these until, and then they mainly bring out another wave around Christmas time, normally, when they have that rumored because I think the only one they have rumored that hasn't come out is the Deadly Assassin set. That's the other thing I've heard rumored. Is the Deadly Assassin one. I guess they'll do and then they'll start doing Remembrance ones, which will be interesting because well, I like to see what they do with that. I imagine they'll do something similar to this. They'll do a Renegade pack and an Imperial pack, but they probably won't be identical. So say for the Imperial, you'll get just a drone and maybe the special weapons Dalek, and for Renegades, you'll get the drone and the Supreme. And I do like the Supreme in that one as well. I like the black and the silver. Very, very striking. Unless we get something really left field and we get the Renegade Dalek battle computer complete with schoolgirl. I'll probably take a lot of tooling, so maybe not. We won't get that, but will be a surprise. But right, I'm gonna stop wittering before my camera probably runs out of space. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and go watch another one of my videos. Go on, there's a command, sort of.
He's a funny guy, this man.